The only question is, what are the labels going to do about it? Whether it's someone inputting Chris Cornell's voice and having Lane Staley's voice or Kurt Cobain's voice or Eddie Vedder's voice or Bing Crosby's voice come out on the other side, that's going to keep happening. The other thing that's going to happen is that the artists are going to say, okay, I'm fine with this. I just want to get my 50% or 100% of it or whatever. And they'll fight with the record labels to who owns what. And there's going to be Drake and then Drake AI. There's going to be the Beatles and then the Beatles AI. This is going to be on Apple Music. It's going to be on Spotify. It's going to be everywhere. Jimi Hendrix AI. The Weeknd AI. And people will accept these. As a matter of fact, many of them will like the AI versions better than the original artists. Like More Life Shaq liked AI Drake better than Drake. At first, the labels are going to be like, oh, this is great. We have this new source of revenue that we never knew was going to exist. This is amazing. And the artists are going to say the exact same thing. And so the record labels are saying, well, why do we even need to share the money with the artists? We need to just create our own artists. In fact, this is a statement UMG put out about this Drake situation here. It says, UMG's success has been in part due to embracing new technologies and putting it to work for our artists, as we've been doing with our own innovation around AI for some time already. Oh, really? With that said, however, the training of generative AI using our artists' music, which represents both the breach of our agreements and violation of copyright law, as well as the availability of infringing content created with generative AI on DSPs, begs the question as to which side of history all stakeholders in the music ecosystem want to be on. The side of artists, fans, human creative expression, or on the side of deep fakes, fraud, and denying artists their due compensation. They are going to actually just get rid of the artists. They'll make the money from Drake AI and the Beatles AI and whoever. But they're going to make a bulk of their money, I predict, from fake artists, from AI artists, because people don't care. I'm sorry. Just like people don't care whether they're playing through a real amp or not. None of the young bands that I go out and see care. That's going to happen. But then you got things like Spotify and Apple Music. Now, Spotify's going to be like, well, we're the distributor of this, unless UMG is putting out their own streaming thing. But Spotify basically has that, and so does Apple Music. Okay, so Spotify's going to be like, well, we don't need the record labels for this. Why do we need the record labels? We'll just put out our own AI artists. We have the distribution. So they'll create their own, and then the record labels will be fighting to compete with Spotify and their AI artists. Now, you could have a complete fracturing of the streaming model since UMG owns so much of the music that's on Spotify and Apple Music, they could threaten to take it away if Spotify doesn't cut them in on their own AI artists. I mean, it's insane to think about all this stuff that's going to happen, but it's going to happen. Think about all the TV platforms, right? You got Netflix, Disney, Amazon Prime Video, HBO Max, Apple TV, Paramount Plus, ESPN Plus. Think about, there's just millions of them. It's completely fragmented. Who knows? Maybe I'm going to have an AI version of me and then write my scripts with ChatGPT, and you'll just think it's me making the videos, but it's actually really a AI simulation of me.